Hello and welcome again to Fox Comics and Games, beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois, and it is Tuesday, December 3rd. All of these items you're going to see in this week's comic book order go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, December 4th. Knock knock. Who's there? Captain America. Captain America who? Buy a damn clock. Got these Captain America clocks. Really nice Christmas gift ideas. Just came in. Fantastically wonderful and beautiful. And they're good for America. Next up, we've got the Virgin Art cover for Red Sonja this week. Kind of a high dollar variant, but beautiful and gorgeous as you can see. And then we got in some of the hardcover strange suspense stories. It's kind of the art of, and just wonderful book. Got several of those in as well. We're going to start with this week's comics. And first up from Image Publishing is 20XX, issue 1. Gorgeous. Next up from Marvel, we have The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 35. And as you can see, a fantastic cover. Made our top 5 covers of the week. As always, we show the variant covers that are available for this as well. That's the 2020 variant. They're doing a lot of. And another variant we got for Amazing Spider-Man 35 is the Spider-Gwen variant. So there is that one. Up next we have from Devil's Due comic, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and the Freshman Force. I think that's self-explanatory. Next up from DC, Batman, issue 84. I think that's also self-explanatory. As always, the beautiful Batman variant. One of our top 5 covers of the week. Great job on the cardstock variant DC. Up next, also from DC, Batman Universe, issue 6. He's got that Iron Man thing in his chest. That's kind of wild. Next up from Marvel, we have The Black Cat, issue 7. Used to know that guy played bass in a jazz combo, I think. Then from Dark Horse, new this week, a new release of theirs that's quite exciting. The Butcher of Paris, issue 1. Based on a true story, by the way. Then from DC, part of their Young Animals series, Collapser, issue 6. It's kind of like when I got out of prison. No, that was Prolapser. That's another thing entirely. Marvel's up next with Conan, Serpent War, issue 1. And then the variant cover, Virgin, of Conan, Serpent War, issue 1. From Image is up next, issue 3 of Capra. Not in the top 5 covers of the week. Then from DC, we have the Crisis of Infinite Earths, Final Fate of Flash, issue 8, Facsimile Edition. Marvel comes in next with issue 14 of Daredevil. And then the fantastic runner-up for cover of the week, Daredevil variant cover, the 2020 cover for issue 14, Daredevil. Great job, Marvel. Next up from Aftershock Comics and Cullen Bunn, if you remember from the SIU Comic-Con, issue 2 of Dark Ark, After the Flood. Then from Image Publishing, we have Jeff Dugan's Dead Eyes, issue 3. One of Mr. Fox's favorites, and one of the better sellers in our store, not unrelated events. Rick Remender's Death or Glory, issue 7. And then the troubling and unsettling variant cover. Next up from DC, we have issue 50 of Deathstroke. Extra-sized final issue, it promises. And then, as always, the beautiful variant cover for Deathstroke issue 50. Again, part of our top 5 covers of the week. Great job, DC. Next up, speaking of Kieran Gillen, we have issue 10 of Die from Image Publishing. Great book. If you're not reading it, you need to jump on. Next up from Dark Horse Comics, issue 2 of Disney, The Little Mermaid. And I think Mr. Fox took her to prom, if I remember properly. Then from Marvel, we have issue 3 of Doctor Doom. And then from Burger Books, I believe to be a Dark Horse imprint, we have Everything. I believe that's issue 4, if I'm not mistaken, of Everything. Marvel comes in next with Excalibur, issue 3, those of you who've been doing the whole new X-Men run. And then the variant edition for Excalibur issue 3 is as follows. DC's up next with Genlock issue 2. Again, not in the top 5 best covers. Marvel comes in next with Ghost Rider 2099 issue 1. And then those of you who like Grant Morrison, Green Lantern from DC, Green Lantern Black Stars issue 2. One left in that series, I believe. And again, not in our top 5 covers of the week. Green Lantern Black Stars issue 2 variant cover. Not impressed. All right. DC's up next with Harley Quinn issue 68. And we're going to give cover of the week this week to the variant cover for Harley Quinn issue 68, just because of Santa and Rudolph. Those 2 items made it cover of the week. Scout Comics is up next with issue 4 of Headless. It's all about being a married man in America. Next up from DC, we have Deathbringer issue 1. I think I took her to prom as well. Next up, also from DC, The Inferior 5. Those are the women that I did not take to prom, issue 4. Dynamite Publishing comes in next with issue 1 of Ian Fleming's James Bond. And then the black and white cover variant for Ian Fleming's James Bond issue 1. I believe that's a retailer thank you. Thank you. Up next from Archaea Publishing, issue 3 of Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance. DC comes in next with issue 37 of Scott Snyder's Justice League. And one of our top 5 covers this week, Justice League issue 37 variant cover. Great job, DC. Next up, from Dark Horse Comics, we have issue 1 of Kill Whitey Donovan. Looks very interesting. I would show you the variant cover on that, but our variants got shorted, so I'm sure Diamond Comics will be getting those to us very, very quickly. But we did not get the variants. For those of you who are expecting the variants, you'll have to wait. DC is up next with issue 6 of Lois Lane. I believe that's going to be a 12-issue arc. And then the variant cover, which those are always kind of intriguing variant covers for Lois Lane. Going back to the X-Men from Marvel, issue 3 of Marauders. Zenoscope is up next with issue 4 of Mystery. Then we have from IDW, Napoleon Dynamite, issue 2. From DC, something Mr. Fox is quite excited to get this year is New Year's Evil, issue 1. Then from Image, we have issue 3 of Nomen Omen. Then from Marvel, they come in next with issue 12 of Old Man Quill. And then we have from Humanoid, issue 4 of Omni. Boom Studios is up next with issue 1 of a mashup that ought to be pretty entertaining. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And here you can and see one of the beautiful variant covers, and then the retailer thank you variant cover. I think those are only one per store, so go to a store that orders this. Next up from Valiant, and if you're not reading Valiant, well, you should. We have issue 7 of Psylords. And if Psylords happens to be on your pull list here at Fox Comics and Games, that's the copy you'll get. A different cover and more pages of content for the same price. Then next up from Dynamite Publishing, we have issue 11 of Red Sonja. And then one of the nice variants, as well as that Virgin Art variant we showed you to start the video today. That's another one of the variants in. Just gorgeous. Top 5 cover of the week. Congratulations, Dynamite. That's a tough room to get in. Burger Books is up next with issue 3 of Ruby Falls. Then Marvel comes in with issue 8 of Savage Avengers. Antarctic Press comes in with issue 2 of Scratcher. It's the follow-up to Itcher. Then from Image Publishing, issue 303 of Todd McFarlane's Spawn. Great looking cover, as is the variant, black and white variant, and then there's the color variant. Fantastic work. Marvel is up next with issue 2 of Spider-Man and Venom, Double Trouble. Then from IDW, issue 8 of Star Trek, Year 5. Marvel comes in next with one of their facsimile issues of Star Wars, number 1. Also from Marvel, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, issue 5. And then also from Marvel, a one-shot from them, which is Star Wars Saga. DC comes in next with Superman Up in the Sky, issue 6. Then we have from Marvel, issue 6 of Swordmaster, guest starring Doctor Strange. Then we have from Marvel, issue 1 of Thor, The Worthy. Looks like they ported the same artist over that was doing the Thor comic book. And then we have the variant for The Worthy Thor, issue 1. Next up from IDW, issue 5 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder in Hell. Then we have from the Archie Comic Company, Vampironica, New Blood. And yes, it is what you think it is. Issue 1 of a new Vampironica. I know you're excited. Come and get them tomorrow. Then from Dynamite, issue 3 of Vengeance of Vampirella. Looks a lot like Mrs. Fox there. Next up from Marvel, we have Venom 2099, issue 1. And then the 2099 variant for Venom 2099 issue 1 is that one. Next up, also from Marvel, issue 4 of Web of Black Widow. One of our top 5 covers of the week. Well done, Marvel. DC's in next with Wonder Woman Come Back to Me, issue 6. Marvel's up next with Jonathan Hickman's absolutely wonderful X-Men, issue 3. And then some of the variants that are available. That's the Venom Island variant. And then I think this is the 25th anniversary variant. That looks like this week's comic book order here at Fox Comics and Games, beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois. We hope to see you tomorrow on Wednesday, December 4th. Thanks.